Do you know you spend more time talking to yourself in your mind than other people talk to you? It is therefore important for you to speak positively to yourself. Today I'll be telling you how to overcome negative self-talk. Inspire Central. Inspire Central. Inspire Central. Inspire Central. Hello fellow inspirers, welcome to Inspire Central. My name is Monica and I'm the chief inspirer herself. You know I love having you here, right? Thank you so much for joining me on today's video. Today I'll be talking about negative self-talk. How do you talk to yourself? Do you know that you spend more time talking to yourself in your mind than people actually talk to you? This is why it is important for you to speak positively to yourself. Today, I'll be telling you how to overcome negative self-talk. Negative self-talk is the inner dialogue where you criticize, doubt, and belittle yourself. It is when you keep telling yourself, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, I'm not able, I'm not beautiful, nobody likes me, everybody hates me. It is that chatter that goes on in your head, that negative chatter that keeps telling you things that may not necessarily be true. It is that negative chatter, that negative self-talk that makes you to doubt yourself. Negative self-talk is that internal voice that makes you focus on your shortcomings, your mistakes, or your perceived flaws. And when you focus on your perceived flaws, you start to feel inadequate, anxious, and unworthy. You start to think you're not good enough because all you're focusing on are your flaws. Negative self-talk can lead to low self-confidence, and it can also affect the way you interact with other people. Negative self-talk is so bad that it can make you have low self-esteem, and it can also increase your stress level. Not just that, it can also make you overlook opportunities that are around you and not go for opportunities that are there because you feel that you're unworthy and you're undeserving of the opportunities that may abound. Negative self-talk is something that develops over time. It's something that you become accustomed to because it's something that is going on in your head. So it is a bit difficult to fix, but it is possible for you to fix your negative self-talk so that you stop having that inner critic that keeps condemning you, that keeps criticizing you, that keeps telling you you're not good enough. And instead, what you would have is a constructive and compassionate friend who directs you on how to become a better person. So I'm going to give you practical steps on how you can switch up from that negative self-talk to a more positive self-talk. Tip number 1 is identify your triggers. What are those things that make you start talking to yourself negatively? It could be somebody, it could be a particular person, it could be a particular word, it could be a particular situation, it could be a particular scenario, it could be a memory of something that happened before. What is your trigger? What is that thing that makes you start talking to yourself negatively? Is it a parent? Because some people have parents who tell them, you're not good enough, you will never match up to your brother, you're not as good as your sister, you're not as beautiful, I wish I did not have you. There are parents like that. It's sad, but it's the fact. And so when somebody who has that kind of environment or who came from that kind of family hears something like, I wish you were not born, or I wish you were not here, or you're not beautiful, or you're not good enough, or you're not able to compete with your siblings, or you're not as good as your brother. Whenever they hear that, it just triggers them. Something goes off in them and they start that negative self-talk like it's true, I agree, I'm not good enough, I'm not nice enough, I'm not kind enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not intelligent enough, I'm not pretty enough. They start hearing those things all over again because the memory comes back to them. Now for some people it is a word. There are some people that as soon as they hear the word stupid, it takes them back down memory lane of how their parents used to say, you're so dumb, you're so stupid, or how their teachers used to say, you're so dumb, you're the dullest person in this class, you're so stupid, you're not good enough, you are just a failure. when they hear that word stupid, it triggers them, it upsets them, and then they start the negative chatter in their head all over again. Because a part of them agrees with what the teacher said. A part of them agrees that they are stupid. A part agrees that they are dull. A part of them believes that yes, for the teacher to have said it, it has to be true. But then one thing about these triggers is they are not just words. Sometimes it could be a place. There are some people that as soon as they go to a particular area, when they go to a particular street, they go down memory lane, literally now and figuratively. It's like they are not just going down memory lane, they're actually going down that lane. If they go down a physical lane, they go down memory lane. They remember how something triggering, something negative happened to them, something that affected their self-confidence happened to them in this vicinity. And so whenever they are around that place, they remember, and then they start the negative self-talk all over again. Now, if you're able to recognize your patterns, if you're able to recognize your triggers, those things that make you start talking to yourself negatively, if you're able to recognize it, and you know the situation, you know the people, you know the words, you know the scenario, or you know the physical location that takes you back down to that lane, that makes you start talking negatively, that reminds you of when somebody first made you feel small, which has now molded you into who you are. If you're able to recognize that pattern, then it's easier for you to start watching and warding against it. It's easier for you to try and prevent it. If, for instance, you know that it's a particular street, then you just tell yourself, I'm not going there. I will not go to that place, because anytime I'm in that physical location, I start to feel like I'm not good enough. I remember when somebody told me I was not pretty. I remember when somebody said I was the ugliest girl he ever dated. I remember when somebody said I was not good enough. So you will physically not go there anymore. Now, if you know that it is a word stupid, then you remove that from your lingo. You remove that from your own vocabulary. And you tell other people around you not to use that word stupid, or dumb, or foolish, or less than intelligent, whatever it is that triggers you. You can start working on that, because if you know what your trigger is, that means that you have come a long way. You have understood what triggers you, and you can now start working against that thing happening to you. You can try to prevent it from triggering you. You can start to prevent having that situation or that scenario or those people around you, those things that trigger you, so that you are not triggered to start talking negatively to yourself once again. And not just that, it will help you come up with a better response. If, for instance, somebody you don't know says stupid, you know it triggers you, then you know that, okay, I have to prepare my mind. It will help you shift your response so that you don't just go down the rabbit hole. You don't just start talking to yourself negatively, but your mind is prepared, and you're prepared for whatever comes, so that you react differently. You react better. You don't just respond like that without, thinking about it. You prepare your mind for whatever may come. So if you know your triggers, you'll be better able to ensure that those things do not have as much effect on you as they used to. The second tip I will give you is challenge your inner critic. One thing about negative self-talk is that it is more emotional than rational. Not everything that you tell yourself, oh, I'm stupid, oh, I'm ugly, oh, I'm not good enough, is actually rational. Ask yourself, when this negative self-talk comes, ask it, are you rational or are you emotional? Ask yourself, am I being in my feelings right now, or am I being logical? Is there a good reason? Is there evidence backing up this thing that I feel? Is there evidence to show that I'm ugly? Get a mirror, ask yourself, is there evidence that shows that I'm ugly? Because the evidence may just be otherwise. The evidence may be the opposite of what your negative self-talk is telling you. Your negative self-talk is intended to keep you down. It's intended to keep your esteem down. It's intended to keep your morale down. It's intended to keep your confidence down. But actually, the fact may well be that negative self-talk is not factual. It is not based on facts. It is just based on what somebody said. Maybe when they were in their emotions, or maybe when they just wanted you to feel small. They said it and you picked it up, put put it in your head, internalized it, and made it your own. You made it your identity. You made it the way you see yourself. You made it your name. You made that become who you are. But that is not actually the fact. Have you not seen people that are very beautiful? Very, very, very beautiful. They are drop dead gorgeous. But they don't think they are. Because somebody told them, actually somebody who was feeling that they could not measure up to this person. Somebody told them years ago, oh, you're so ugly. Who do you think you are? You're not pretty. Don't let anybody deceive you. You're not pretty. You're actually very ugly. And because their confidence was low, they took it that what an adversary, what a hater said to them was the fact. They took it as their identity. They accepted it. They internalized it. And they made that how they saw themselves. Even though when anybody, including the hater, looks at them, they know, this is one beautiful person. This is a drop-dead gorgeous person. This person is so beautiful. Oh, a sight to behold. But that person, because of what a hater said, now believes they are not good enough. So when you find yourself talking to yourself negatively, ask yourself, is there a fact? Or is this me just being emotional? Am I being rational? Is it a fact that I'm not beautiful? Is it a fact that I'm not intelligent? Can it be proven beyond all doubt that I'm not good enough? Or I'm not as good as my brother or my sister? And even if I'm not as good as my brother in this area, am I good in other areas? These are things you need to find out. Find out if it is ration or it is emotion. What exactly is it? Because if you find out which it is, then you will know that if it's emotional, you have to control that. You know that that's not a fact. And the fact that you now have that actually I'm beautiful, actually I'm good enough, actually I'm intelligent, I'm smart, I have what it takes, that fact will now cancel out the emotion. It will cancel out how you feel. It will make you know, no, I'm not being rational. This is not actually the truth. This is just a false narrative that I have been going with, that I have been believing. This is the false chatter in my head. And so I know that the opposite is actually the truth. I am beautiful, I am intelligent, I have what it takes, and I'm good enough. The fact should outweigh the emotion. Always go with the fact. Let the fact that you have counter your emotion. Let the ration, the logic, the proven fact, the actuality counter the emotion. And you will see how negative self-talk will start to diminish. So always go with what the fact is over what your emotions are. Now, tip number 3 I will give you is replace negativity with positivity. You know, now that I've told you, replace the emotions with the facts. It is time for you to now switch up the language. The language is negative. That is what it has been for a long time. But it's time for you to switch it up and replace it with the positive. Switch it up with the facts. And even if sometimes it's not about facts, maybe you don't have the facts or you have no way of checking it until maybe you become a better version of yourself. If you have no way of checking it, as soon as a negative talk comes, replace it with positive talk. Like when you say, I'm not good enough. It's possible that right now you don't have the skills, you don't have what it takes, but quickly switch it up by saying, I don't have what it takes yet, but I'm learning. I'm learning, I'm improving, and I'm growing. So I'm going to get much better. So when you replace negative talk with the positive talk, you'll see that as soon as you say that positive thing to yourself, you start to feel better. You start to feel better, you start to see the world more positively, and you actually have that enthusiasm to do better. Like now that I just switched from I'm not good enough to say I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm improving, I'm becoming better. I will find out that the way I feel is I want to learn more, I want to do more, I want to improve more, and I want to become even much more better. So that is what positive talk does. It replaces it. Switch the language. Switch up the language. Once it comes up to you for you to say something negative, or even if you're not saying it, to think it in your head, switch it up immediately. Don't waste a second. Don't hesitate. As soon as the negative talk comes, switch it with a positive one. Replace it with a positive self-talk. And you will see that over time, the negative voice will start to go lower and go lower and lower, and you will have the positive voice being louder, being bolder, and being more regular than the negative self-talk. And I know that sometimes it may seem forced, as if you're trying to force it, like, yes, but I still know I'm not good enough. It's okay, it takes time. Just keep practicing, just keep switching up the negative with the positive and replacing that negativity with positivity. And over time, you'll get used to it. Over time, that will become your default way of thinking. Over time, you'll find out that it is easier for you to do than for you to switch back to the negative self-talk. The fourth tip I will give you on how to overcome negative self-talk is to practice self-compassion. Love yourself. I have a video that talks about self-love. I'm going to put the link here so that you go and watch that and learn practical tips on how to love yourself. Now, back to what I'm saying. Practice self-compassion. Start by admitting that it's okay for you to make mistakes. Even if you're not perfect, it's okay. Nobody is perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody really is perfect. So just love yourself, just accept yourself and say it is okay to make mistakes. It's okay to have flaws. Nobody is born perfect. Even people who look perfect, when you look at them externally, have some things, some minor glitches, some flaws, some mistakes that they have made. But you just don't know about it, maybe because their flaws are not in their looks. You don't know what their attitude is. You don't know what their situation is. So it is human. It's natural for people to make mistakes. It's natural for people to have flaws. Accept yourself. Start loving yourself. The way you will talk to your friend with compassion, a friend who is going through a tough time, the way you talk to that friend is the way you should talk to yourself. Start with self-love, because love actually comes from within. You cannot just go out there and love people but you don't love yourself. It is how you feel about yourself that you will treat people. I hope you know that. The way you feel about yourself is what is going to reflect in the way you behave towards people. If you're not feeling good about yourself, if you don't love yourself, you will just find yourself chipping at people, being negative, saying horrible things to people. You'll find yourself being unnecessarily nasty, because that is genuinely how you feel about yourself. So start from within. Give yourself the love. Give yourself the hugs. Give yourself the compassion. Understand it's okay to be human. You make mistakes, you fall, you stand up. You fall, you rise again. Mistakes are things that you can get back from. It's okay to make mistakes. It is human. You are human. Accept yourself with your flaws and all. Accept yourself with your flaws and all, because the root of negative self-talk is actually not loving yourself. It is self-disdain. So if you're able to start liking yourself, start building yourself, start loving yourself, you will find out that your negative self-talk will reduce drastically. Because if you like yourself, if you love yourself, if you accept yourself, you're not going to be telling yourself mean things in your head. You will be kind to yourself in your head. You will speak constructively to yourself. You will talk kindly to yourself. You'll be gentle with yourself in your thoughts, in your words, in your actions. You will treat yourself better. The root, like I said before, the root of negative self-talk is lack of self-love. So in order for you to talk positively to yourself, you have to love yourself. Start loving yourself today. Start treating yourself better. Start forgiving yourself when you make mistakes. And start acknowledging that you're human and you're bound to make mistakes. You can't change the fact that you're human. Mistakes will come. There is no age limit for mistakes. Let me say that again. There is no age limit for mistakes. You will keep making mistakes as long as you live. So accept yourself. Accept your flaws. Accept those things you can't change about yourself. And love yourself better. Because this will help you get rid of the negative self-talk. The fifth tip on how to overcome negative self-talk is use positive affirmations. Affirm yourself. That is you saying positive things to yourself. What you say aloud is going to re-echo in your mind. And what you think in your mind is going to come out through your mouth. So they go hand in hand. So not just fixing what is in your head, fix what is on your lips. Fix what you're saying, both in your mind and what you're saying aloud. Tell yourself, I am beautiful. I am intelligent. I am growing. I am improving and becoming a better person. People like me. I am becoming much better than I was yesterday. My future is bright. The past cannot hold me down. I am moving forward. I am growing. I am excelling. I am doing well in every area of my life. I am healthy. Say these positive things to yourself every day. Whatever area of your life where you feel you're not good enough, start working on it by saying positive things about that area of your life and other area of your life, because it's going to help you think better. It's going to help you feel better about yourself. There is power in words. What you say has a way of reflecting in the way that you behave. It reflects in the way that you think about yourself. It reflects in the way that you see the world. So start saying better things to yourself. It will help you feel better. In the beginning, it may seem a little bit forced, like you're just trying to say it even though you're not feeling it. But whether you're feeling it or not in the beginning, it doesn't quite matter. The idea is for you to reinforce a positive dialogue, a positive inner dialogue. That's what you're trying to build. And you build this by saying aloud positive things to yourself every day. So even if you're not feeling like it in the beginning, it's okay. Just keep doing it, and over time you will get used to it, and it will become who you are. It will become how you feel about yourself. It will become what you actually think about yourself. The sixth tip on how to overcome negative self-talk is to surround yourself with positivity. Positive people, keep them around you. Keep your circle full of positive people. Don't let any negativity into your environment. Keep your environment clean, positive, and peaceful. Serenity, positivity, make it top notch. Make it the very important thing in your life. Make it a criterion. Positivity, not just from you now, but from people around you, can actually go a long way in helping you improve your positive self-talk. The idea is for you to hear people say positive things about you. This is not about being forced or coercing people to say good things about you, but avoid people who have this natural disposition of always being negative, of always being quarrelsome, of always being pessimistic, of having this downward outlook on life. Look for people who have this positive, expectant behavior, this optimistic aura, this aura of positivity where all they say is positive things. Like, that is who they are by default. Don't force people to be who they are not. All you have to do now is to choose. Stay away from those people who keep saying negative things. There are people who quickly think negative. Before you can say anything, all they are saying is it won't work out. All they are saying is that guy is a bad person. All they are saying is the negative aspect of people. Stay away from such people. Make friends with people who are positive minded. Make friends with people who see the good in people and in situations. Make friends with people who are going somewhere, who want to become better, who are working on improving themselves, improving their minds, improving their environment. Don't be with those people who always say it's not working out, who are always complaining, who are always seeing the worst side of people and things. Go far away from those people, because they are going to increase your negative self-talk. You are building your mind. You are building yourself. And this is a time for you to surround yourself with people that you want to be like. Surround yourself with people who think highly of themselves and the world and people around them. Surround yourself with people who see the positive in every situation. Forget about those people who are always complaining. Keep the complainers and the negative people aside. You don't need them, because if they come into your life, if they come into your environment, they are only going to increase your negative self-talk. You will carry that thing that they are saying with you everywhere you go. You will remember it, and it will refuel and re-echo your negative beliefs about yourself. You don't want to keep thinking that negative thing about yourself and thinking you're not good enough or thinking you're unworthy. You want to start seeing yourself differently. Start hanging out with different people. Make friends with people who are positive. Make friends with people who are upbeat. Make friends with people who are kind to themselves. Make friends with people who speak well to you. This is not the time to hang out with people who think they are kings, they are queens, and they talk down on you. Don't be near people who talk down on you, because if you remember, that may have been what your home environment was like, and that may have been what initially built the foundation of your negative self-talk. You don't want that happening again. You don't want that happening now. So it is time for you to switch up. 360 degrees, change up the environment, change up the people that you're with, and make sure you're with only people that think positively and speak positive things. People who uplift you, people who make you feel good about yourself, people who encourage your journey, not people who are going to sabotage you and trying to make you feel like, what are you doing? You're doing too much. You want to switch up your mind. You want to go for therapy. You want to improve the way you speak to yourself. What does it matter? Be realistic, be frank, be honest, say it as it is. No, you don't need those kind of people. There is a difference between being realistic and being pessimistic, and I think those people have crossed the line from being realistic to being pessimistic. So let them stay over there. Let them stay over there. You do you. You choose your circle. You keep your circle close. Keep them tight knit. Let there be this bubble of positivity, so that you can start working on your mind. And not only will you work on your mind, but you have people who reinforce the positive mindset that you're trying to build. You have people who will re-echo positivity to you, who will say positive things that will further fuel what you're already thinking in your head. That is the kind of environment that you need for yourself, and that is the kind of environment that you should get. Be very choosy about the kind of people you let into your life. I've said it here on this channel several times. Be choosy about the kind of people you let into your life. Choose only the very best. People who uplift you, people who make you see the world as a better place, people who encourage you, and people who feel positive self-talk. Now, the last tip I will give you is celebrate small wins. Like I told you when I started this video, it is a bit difficult for you to switch up from negative self-talk to positive self-talk. So if you're making progress, no matter how small, celebrate it. Applaud yourself, congratulate yourself, because it's not easy. It's not easy for you to stop saying negative things. Most of what we think as human beings, if we are not deliberate about it, can be more negative than positive. Is so bad that if you're not careful, you only have negative things to say to yourself. If you're not watchful, if you don't build yourself, you have so much negativity going on in your head, and it can be difficult to switch up. So if you're able to switch up, maybe you were thinking a negative thought and you follow that tip that says switch it up immediately, and you were able to do that, thumbs up. Thumbs up, in fact, 2 thumbs up for you. 2 thumbs up from us here at Inspire Central. We are happy for you, we are happy with your progress, and we are congratulating you. You also celebrate yourself. No small win is unnoticed. Every win is important, because it all accumulates to the big win, the big victory, when you finally defeat that negative voice in your head. We are happy for you. Celebrate yourself every step of the way. Once you are able to, no matter what, do one thing, take one step that actually switches up a negative thought and replaces it with a positive thought, then you should congratulate yourself. You should applaud yourself, like we are doing for you here at Inspire Central. I hope this video has inspired you and helped you switch up from that negative self-talk to positive self-talk, because negative self-talk will keep you down. It will stop you from becoming who you're meant to be. It will stop you from going after life goals that are important to you and to your well-being, and in fact it will affect your self-esteem and the way you relate with people. So I hope these tips have helped you switch up into a more positive self-talk, because the way you talk to yourself affects your worldview. If you have found these tips helpful, please tell me in the comment section. I look forward to reading from you. Tell me how these tips have helped you improve your self-talk. Also, if you enjoyed watching this video and you would like to see more of such videos that will help you improve your mind, improve the way you relate with people, improve your relationships, help you with self-development, help you build your relationships at work, and help you all around become a better person, keep watching this channel. Also, subscribe to this channel so that you become a fellow inspirer. Subscribe to this channel so you stay updated on all the videos that I have, on all these things that I told you that I bring here on Inspirer Central, including self-development. Also, do not forget to click the notification button so you stay updated when I go live, when I put up a new video, and when I put up a new post. Please like and share this video so that more people can watch it and they can improve their self-talk and start talking to themselves positively. Thank you very much for watching this video to the very end. I hope it has improved your self-talk, and I hope that you keep watching my videos here on Inspirer Central. Don't forget to be an inspiration. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Please subscribe, click the notification button, like this channel, share our videos, and follow us on social media. Thank you very much. Inspirer Central. Inspirer Central.